An SOS is coming in for a car that has crashed down a steep hill in rugged bushland with 4 people and a dog on board.
And you said the car's gone over the bank.
2 of them had come out of the car and climbed up. One is covered in blood over his head, and I think the girl was just pretty shaken.
It's a rollover, apparently. Down an embankment.
Flight paramedic Ray and an air ambulance team are now heading to the crash site in the high country, 180 kilometres from Melbourne.
Someone's still trapped in it. Someone's still trapped.
Roger. Ep3.
As we go to this incident, we're hearing just how steep this terrain is and just how far this car has rolled down.
Cabin is secure. Stand by. Master caution opening right rear. Roger.
You cannot help but think some serious injuries are occurring, if not death.
Okay, Ray, right 1 o'clock, about 800 metres. I've got some vehicles. Yep, okay, I can see it.
Does that look like it?
Yep, that's it. Yep, target side.
Found it?
Yep, I found it.
The car has ended up in terrain that is impossible for the helicopter to access.
It's middle of nowhere.
They've got a possible landing site approximately a 10 to 15 minute drive from the site.
Yeah, Roger, received that.
We're going to have to land a significant distance away, knowing that there's someone trapped and potentially time critical.
4, 3, 2, mains coming on. Yeah, and ground's as firm as.
A local road ambulance crew takes the flight team to the crash site, 10 kilometres away.
All right, we'll just leave everything in here and then go from there. So someone's stuck down there? The car's almost out of eyesight, 100 or so metres down this slope. I'm thinking, you can't survive such a rollover.
Facing an almost vertical descent, Ray commandeers a fire hose to abseil down to the smashed car.
How you doing?
Jason the patient, Jason the paramedic.
Jason and Jason.
Local paramedics are on scene and have begun treating the driver.
He's extricated himself, got a compound right arm.
43-year-old Jason has a badly broken arm and has lost a lot of blood.
G'day, mate. How you doing?
Not really well.
The paramedics have done a really incredible job. They've ascertained that Jason has a significant bleed to his arm and they've applied a tourniquet. And they've done all the right things in terms of managing his pain. But that this man is alive, that he's talking to us, is a miracle.
Incredibly, the 3 passengers in the car have all managed to get out of the wreck and go for help. Jason's daughter Caitlin and son Ethan have escaped with minor injuries. The other passenger is Jason's best mate Eric, and he's already been taken to hospital with a massive cut to his head. But now, Ray needs to get Jason out, and it's going to be a logistical nightmare.
I look up and I can barely see the sky. There's no option to winch from here. There's too many trees around. The tree canopy's just too thick.
5, go ahead.
5, if you could pass on to the flight crew, this won't be a winch, but a protracted extrication.
With no way to winch Jason directly into the helicopter, the rescue operation could take hours, dramatically increasing the risk to his life.
A prolonged scene like this always causes concerns. Has he got underlying internal injuries? That's the time bomb. We're waiting for it to go off.
Male's fallen through a skylight at 2 to 3 metre fall. He's conscious and breathing. He's at a community health centre.
Back in Melbourne, Mike and Eamon are on their way to a Code 1 call. A young boy has fallen 3 metres through a skylight.
Falling 3 metres isn't a small fall, is it? At his age, 10 to 11-year-old, 3 times his height.
Immediately, you think the worst. Has he landed on his head? Has he broken limbs or even his spine? There's huge potential for massive trauma.
Yeah, traffic's fairly heavy. Move left, left.
Finally, the team arrive at the community centre, fearing the worst.
Hey, mate, do you know where we're going?
I can feel my stress levels rising. I don't know what I'm about to walk in on.
Mate, are you the one we're here to see? No way, what's your name?
Cooper.
Cooper? You're looking very well for a young bloke that's fallen through a roof.
Thank you.
So I walk in looking for the sick and injured child mangled on the ground. Lo and behold, there he is sitting up quite happily on a chair.
What happened?
So I was getting my friend's footy,
Yeah.
and then I felt it in the sky.
And what did you land on?
Just the ground.
What part of your body landed on the ground?
I just landed peck it down like this.
So you just landed on your feet, and then have you sort of fallen to the ground a little bit?
To have landed the way he did, it's perfectly Olympian style. He's pretty much Cooper the cat.
How'd you end up with the graze on your arm?
When the light broke, it grazed on it.
I'm looking at this kid and thinking, how is this possible? How are you sitting up here talking to me with barely a scratch after falling 3 metres through the air? He's some sort of Houdini.
So you haven't hit your head or anything like that?
No.
No. So you haven't lost consciousness or anything wild like that?
Although Cooper seems to have had a miraculous escape, Eamon is worried about serious internal or spinal injuries.
We have to be abundantly cautious and get him up to hospital for a review by the doctors and maybe some scans as well.
The hospital just needs to observe you for a few hours to make sure you stay the way you are. Not every day you fall through a roof.
While Eamon continues to marvel at Cooper's great escape,
The largest watermelon is 158 kilograms.
158?
Steve is marvelling at his partner Emily's amazing knowledge of the humble watermelon.
How do you even eat that?
Well, you wouldn't. You just scoop a hole out
And
then
swim
I would
in it.
bathe in it. Yes!
I love Emily. It's very rare that you are able to meet someone in your life, and especially at work, that you can literally just be yourself 100% around. Emily is special. She's a very special person.
I love how you've been Googling watermelon facts.
But the fun facts are finished. A Code 1 call has come in for an elderly man in trouble.
We are going to
Yeah?
the 82-year-old male. He sounded confused.
Okay.
Vision problems while driving. Has just been to doctors who advised the patient he's got an elevated heart rate and to drive to the hospital.
Okay.
All right.
Steve and I just sort of look at each other, go, well, hang on. It says that he was just at the doctor's. If the doctor understands that he's got a fast heart rate, why is the patient now on the side of the road in his own vehicle?
Do you reckon it's this man here?
Yeah. Oh, look.
Thanks for coming, fellas.
Fellas, I'm a lady. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Emily. This is Steve.
Hello.
Steve, hello.
What's your name?
Gordon.
Nice to meet you, Gordon.
I do have a special soft spot for the elderly. They make you just feel like a friend. It's so beautiful.
It's on the front.
Standing face to face with Gordon, I can see that he is unwell, that he had a really unsteady gait, and the alarm bell started ringing.
How are you feeling on your feet? Fighting fit?
Wish to goodness I was.
All right, up onto the bed, okay?
The doctor said that my heart's beating 3 times quicker than what it's normal. What it should be done.
Gordon tells me that the doctor has told him that his heart rate's going 3 times the normal limit. And I just look at Steve and go, what?
What did he tell you exactly?
He wanted me to go to hospital.
Right, and he told you to drive?
No, he asked me, was I okay to drive, and I volunteered. I said, yeah, I'll get there.
Okay.
And I got lost.
He could have crashed, injuring someone else or himself. Thank God he was able to pull over and get the care that he needed.
Do you feel like your heart is racing at the moment?
Yes.
Okay.
My fly's undone.
Steve's fly's undone. He's showing.
Mine, do you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
He's showing
Gordon.
us everything.
I'm trying to keep Gordon really calm and relaxed. I look up and see Steve's fly is undone. Right there in full frontal view, fly undone. And this isn't the first time that Steve's done this to me.
Oh, in those tight pants, I can already see everything.
Em just wants to pick on me and stir me up, which she did. Thank you, darling. Thanks for telling me something that has made me very embarrassed.
Em,
Good
this
man.
looks like VT.
Okay.
The mood changes dramatically when Gordon's ECG records show just how much trouble he's in.
We'll get my phone.
Get me micro and a code 1, please.
He's looking at the printout that the doctor gave. Gordon could go into cardiac arrest at any moment.
Okay, so what's happening?
3, could we please have Micah for a code 1 for an 80?
Your heart, it's in a rhythm called ventricular tachycardia.
He's conscious at the moment.
Steve makes an urgent call for intensive care backup.
Have you ever gone into this rhythm before?
No.
No.
Right now, I am worried that we could potentially lose Gordon at any time.
Skin and blood pressure now, but heart rate's 160.
What's going on, Jason?
Back in Victoria's high country, flight paramedic Ray needs to get badly injured crash victim Jason up a steep hill to safety.
Just going to take a protracted rescue because obviously the scene is quite a long way down. It's going to be quite difficult to get up. Got some arm injuries, so maybe a dislocated shoulder and a bit of an open fracture around his elbow.
Jason is the driver of the car that hurtled 100 metres over the edge, towing a trailer load of dirt bikes. Amazingly, Jason's 18-year-old daughter Caitlin and 20-year-old son Ethan escaped serious injury.
I look around and I hear Dad saying, "We're f***." I felt like that could have just been the end.
It was terrifying. After about the 9th roll, the trailer snapped off. We spun around and started going head to tail. I remember thinking nobody could survive this and sort of felt like everybody else was already dead.
How's that bleed looking? Nothing oozing out?
When the car finally came to rest, Jason's children bravely sprung into action. Caitlin put a tourniquet on her father's arm to stop the dangerous bleeding, while Ethan climbed 100 metres up to the road to get help.
They've been through both the horror, the emotional terror of this accident, but still the presence of mind to attend to his injuries and then get up and out to try to attract help. Those kids have saved his life.
Where are my kids then?
Listen, somebody will sort out where they are.
Jason urgently needs to get to hospital, but the dense tree cover has ruled out winching him directly into the air ambulance.
Can't get him up out of here.
No.
A specialist rescue team is now on its way, but there's a major issue that just can't wait.
Just worried about the car being unstable. The paramedics here have requested that the car be secured.
Before you move him. This is an incredibly dangerous scene. It's as hazardous as anything that we go into as paramedics.
There was noises and grunting from the car.
Yeah.
At any given moment, whatever's holding this car up can let go. I don't want it coming toppling down on all of us and basically creating another 5 or 6 patients.
As Ray waits for the crash scene to be made safe.
So your mates kicked the footy on the roof?
No, I kicked the footy on the roof and then I went to go get it.
Back in Melbourne, Eamon's assessing 12-year-old Cooper after he crashed through a skylight.
So you've kicked the footy on the roof, you've gone, hang on, I better go get that. Climbed up on the roof and then you've come through here.
I get where Cooper's coming from. I'd want to get my footy back too. But climbing 3 metres up onto a roof and walking onto a skylight, he may never have been able to kick a footy again.
When you fall that far, there's a lot of force that goes up through your feet, up through your legs and up through your spine, but it may have done some damage to your back. So, because you've fallen so far, you have to go to hospital. How do you reckon Mum and Dad are going to take it?
I don't know.
You reckon they'll be pretty good about it? Yeah.
I think Cooper's going to cop a spray from Mum tonight.
Just going for a quick trip.
But before Cooper is taken to the ambulance...
Here, you want to stay with the young fella? I'm going to go have a look at your bloody efforts, mate.
It's good. 10 points for landing. You see the shattered there. There's nothing too sharp.
Eamon wants to check out the scene of the Great Escape.
All right. He's cleaned that up. He's so lucky. I mean, if he hits his head on that tap, I mean, if one of these shards gave him a laceration and he hit a major artery, he'd be in all sorts of trouble. Keep looking straight, mate. I don't want you twisting your neck, all right?
Cooper might look okay now, but it is possible Cooper's got a spinal injury, so we really need to get him out into the ambulance so that we can fully assess him.
You're getting the deluxe package. We're rolling out the red carpet treatment for you, okay?
These pads on your chest, if anything goes wrong, we're able to shock you back into a normal sinus, hopefully, back in your heart.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'll look after you, I promise, okay?
Emily and Steve are treating 82-year-old Gordon for an accelerated heart rate that could prove fatal.
Ventricular tachycardia, also known as VT, is a life-threatening arrhythmia. If you don't revert someone out of this rhythm, it can kill you.
Gordon, how do you feel in yourself?
I'd say embarrassed.
Apart from being embarrassed, which you should not, this is a medical emergency.
I got no strength in my legs.
I don't think he understands how sick he actually is. He was so apologetic that he had called us and that he had inconvenienced us. Such a beautiful human being. Gordon, and take good care of you, my love, okay? What's wrong, love?
Where am I going?
We're going to go to hospital.
At this point in time, I'm picturing the worst case scenario going through my head. Gordon is about to fall into cardiac arrest. I'm literally planning in my head how we're going to resuscitate him.
So this is Gordon.
Hey, Gordon.
An intensive care paramedic has now arrived to take over Gordon's primary care.
Has this ever happened before? You've had the fast heart rate?
He has had ventricular tachycardia before.
He has had it. So. Have a quick look from there. We'll start sorting stuff out. Do you want to go infusion pump out, Steve?
Yep.
Big breath. So, Gordon, your heart's going incredibly fast at the moment, okay?
So they tell me.
Because Gordon's condition is life-threatening, a second intensive care paramedic has been called in.
So, look, I've just printed off an ECG. Apparently, he's got a history of VT and cardiomyopathy.
This is far less regular here.
Yeah.
Gordon, you all right? It's Emily, love.
Yeah,
good. You look a bit confused. Are you okay?
I got the experts around me.
All right, so essentially at the moment you're debating between you.
It's a lot of jargon, isn't it?
I can see Gordon getting overwhelmed with everything that's happening. I reassure him, I'm still here, I'm not going anywhere, and we really care about what's happening with you today.
Do you want a little bit of oxygen, given he's been going at that rate for that period of time?
Yeah, we've got some traumas on.
His heart is in a rhythm and a rate that he cannot sustain for much longer.
We're going to give you a medication to try and slow your heart rate down, okay?
Oh, that's a must.
There's only a matter of time that you can be in this heart rhythm before you go into cardiac arrest.
Oh, g'day, my name's Michael Fox. I'm calling from Ambulance Victoria. I'm a paramedic. How are you?
Mike and Eamon are phoning Cooper's mum after her 12-year-old son crashed through a skylight and fell 3 metres.
He's in the ambulance with us now. He's okay. We will be taking him to the Royal Children's Hospital.
The call came through. It was no call ID, and I answered it because I knew it would be something about Cooper.
He's all right. He's just got a few scrapes. Can you just talk to your mum for me, mate?
Hello.
Hi, darling. What happened, sweetheart?
I fell through a skylight.
What were you doing up near a skylight?
Getting a footy.
Oh. Right, okay.
Julie's incredibly relaxed. I know if this was my mum and I was in that situation, she'd be blowing a gasket.
What are you mainly checking for? Like spinal stuff?
That is a concern.
Other than being born, we've had 7 or 8 hospital visits. Broken bones in his arm, the typical monkey bar one at school, broken bones in his foot at the skate park. We sort of know how the ambulance and the hospital system works.
Thrill seeker Cooper is Julie and her husband Fraser's only child together. Right from the start, he was performing small miracles.
We started going down the IVF track. My husband and I were really quite surprised to hear that we had between a 1 and a 1.5% chance of falling pregnant. So he's really precious. Just love him. We call him Super Duper Cooper.
We'll be at the hospital with Cooper until you arrive, I'd say.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Julie. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
You all good, mate? Yeah. Any pain there, mate?
No.
It's important to keep reassessing Cooper because I just can't believe that he doesn't have any injuries. I check him from head to toe. I feel up and down his legs. I check his hips. I check his stomach. I check his chest. I check his spine, and I just can't find any serious injuries. I'm blown away that there's nothing else going on here. Cooper is definitely one of the luckiest kids I've come across. Not many kids fall 3 metres and bounce onto their feet.
You've won yourself one of these beautiful collars. So these things are great, mate, because they make you look sicker and you get more sympathy.
And you'll get to take it home and show all your mates. Perfect.
Let's go.
All right.
We've been here long enough.
So Cooper's been putting on such a brave face, and I know he's reliving that moment and he's thinking this could have been the difference between life and death or ever walking again.
Need one on the rear, one on each side.
In Victoria's high country, a specialist team is preparing for a dangerous rescue after a car crashed 100 metres down an embankment.
We're going to bump that shoulder a bit getting up, unfortunately.
The driver of the smashed vehicle, Jason, is out of the car and sitting up, but he has a badly fractured arm and is still in danger from serious blood loss. Jason may also have a dislocated collarbone, making it difficult to fit a precautionary neck brace without causing him more pain.
In case we just need to check that IV, that's all.
Flight paramedic Ray urgently needs to get him to the helicopter to airlift him to hospital.
If you've got to get surgery on that arm, you're probably a couple of days in Melbourne.
But before Jason can be moved, the emergency services first need to secure the overturned vehicle before it slides down the hill on top of the rescue party.
I'm absolutely worried. I am worried that all of us are going to get hurt and that at any given moment, whatever's holding this car up can let go.
We're just waiting for the SES to stabilise the car so the car doesn't tip down any further.
But as the team begin working on the car, Jason starts shouting for help for the 5th occupant of the crushed vehicle. His best mate's dog, Bruce.
I don't know where the dog is. Can you just ask if Bruce, the dog's up there?
Bruce faithfully stayed by Jason's side after the traumatic crash.
He was out of the car before. He's just climbed back in. Yeah. He wasn't going to leave.
Jason doesn't want the dangerous task of securing the car to go ahead until his mate's dog is found.
Let's have to make sure the dog's not in the car before we pull it up.
So we don't know if Bruce is alive or dead. I'm actually expecting the dog to probably have died.
Bruce!
But suddenly, there's a message from rescue headquarters at the top of the hill.
Hey, fella. How are you? Hey.
The loyal dog has been found alive.
Has Bruce stayed down there the whole time, has he? Yeah. Good boy.
A few minutes later, and another breakthrough. The car has been secured, and that means it's safe to start moving Jason to the ambulance.
You ready? Yep. 3, 2, 1, stand.
But the rescue is going to be challenging.
If Jason's got a dislocated shoulder or an apparent spinal injury, then the complications of moving him are significantly increased. And remember, we're on a slope like that.
Tight line on rescue. We'll load the system.
All right.
We don't want to lose him down the hill. We don't want to add to his injury. So if he can move on his own steam, we've only got to get over this log, get him into a basket, and we're getting secured. Then that's the preferred method.
Okay. Keep slide.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you.
Yeah, okay, mate. You're good. All right. Now, I need you to stand yourself up. Just wiggle that over. We got time, mate, all right? We've got time, and I don't want you falling off anything. Okay, mate. Okay, I've got it. Straighten up a bit for me. Oh, one more shuffle back, mate, and you can park your bum in that stretcher. That's it.
Good job.
Good man.
Getting him up and moving into the basket is an enormous relief. We're ready to go.
Ready for up? Up right! Up right! Yep. Okay, keep going straight through, guys. You want to go straight up to the road if you can.
4 hours after the crash,
All the way to the road.
Jason is finally carried from the wreckage of his car to safety.
Swing around to your right a bit if you can, guys. Get him level. Down. Good work.
Don't know how well he is, though. He's alive. Chase, have you looked at photos of where you've been?
No, mate.
It's just stunning. It's stunning if he's got a broken arm, really. You're a lucky man.
Like I said to this bloke, I think I've been kissed by an angel.
I think the Angels had a group kiss there because there's actually everyone's up, everyone's talking, and everyone's out. It's just stunning.
We'll get you out of this. It's pretty easy. Pop you on a stretcher. Yeah. We'll head on down, probably about 10, 15 minutes away from the chopper.
Yeah.
Then into Melbourne, okay?
This job isn't over. Jason's had a significant injury still. He's bled a lot, and he really does need to get to a major hospital straight away.
Ready, set, lift. Okay, mate. Okay.
You feel your heart racing. Yeah, I feel it. You feel a bit out of sorts, but no pain anywhere or anything like that.
Back in the city, 82-year-old Gordon is clinging to life as his heart beats at almost 3 times the normal rate.
You're feeling your heart skip a bit, are you? Every now and then.
Mobile intensive care paramedics were called in as soon as Emily and Steve realised Gordon was in a critical condition.
Bumps on the road.
I'm driving really fast, safely but fast, because I know that he has the potential to deteriorate so rapidly. He can die at any moment.
Gordon, the medications that you're presently on, are you taking any of those on a daily basis?
I've got to be quite honest with you, madam. I haven't taken any medication for 12 months. COVID thing.
It's become a huge concern that people aren't taking their medications or haven't been regularly seeing a doctor because they'd been too scared that they would contract the virus.
That's sitting at a rate of about 110 now. And there it goes fast again. Yeah.
And you're still feeling okay, are you? Yeah. It's fantastic.
You all right, Gordon?
Yeah, I'm going okay.
How was my driving?
23 out of 10.
23 out of 10. You spoil me.
Wheeling Gordon into the hospital, I can sense that he feels really vulnerable.
Gordon?
Yes.
You all right? Everyone's hovering around you.
The fight to save Gordon's life is now in the hands of the emergency team at the Alfred Hospital.
We hand over to the medical staff, but I'm still worried that Gordon could potentially pass away from this event.
There's a lot going on. I get it. You're probably freaking out.
Yeah.
It's understandable to be freaked out. Okay?
Mike and Eamon are on their way to the Royal Children's Hospital with Lucky Cooper.
So are you in Year 7?
Yeah.
The 12-year-old fell 3 metres through a skylight and, incredibly, doesn't appear to have suffered any major injuries.
It's got to be scary. He's only 12, you know. He's all by himself. So it's our job to make him feel really safe.
Do you like school?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's good. We don't often get that answer.
I just don't like maths.
Yeah, me either.
You don't get maths nerds like me climbing on the roof.
Nah, yeah. Foxy was a maths nerd.
Yeah.
And all I hear from the front of the truck was Mike going, I love maths. No surprises, Foxy.
Got any good jokes?
No.
Did you know falling's actually not that dangerous?
Really?
Yeah, it's hitting the ground that's really bad.
Eamon's sense of humour.
What did the fish say when it swam into a wall?
What?
Damn. Damn it. I thought those jokes are funny.
I'm sure you did. All right, here we are. The bed's gonna come out, it makes a bit of noise. Here we go. How do you rate the in-drive entertainment?
Good.
Good?
See, told you I was funny.
Oh, no.
Cooper's a lovely kid, and he's definitely one of the luckiest kids I've come across. He's got a real great story to tell his mates now.
It's all right, maybe you should spend more time working on your jokes.
How are the wedding plans coming along, Marley?
Back in the city, a new paramedic partnership is just beginning. It's the very first shift together for working mother of 4 Taney and soon-to-be married Marley.
We are eloping in 4 weeks and 3 days.
Oh my gosh, how exciting!
Yeah.
I have had to postpone my wedding quite a few times. I actually don't know the exact number anymore.
We just got sick of rescheduling our overseas wedding. It was getting a bit challenging. We were sick of waiting.
Marley's nuptials have been one of the many casualties of COVID-19, with wedding numbers restricted and overseas travel banned.
And with the prospect with COVID that maybe we won't be able to travel this year as well, we thought we'd just elope in Byron Bay.
I'm not the classic bridezilla, but I just want to get it done, you know? Like, girls got to get married.
We've got a case that's come in saying the patient's unconscious.
Support 213 received, code 1.
Talk of weddings and honeymoons is put on hold again, with a call out to an unconscious patient at a nearby railway station.
So this could be a heroin overdose.
Could be a heroin overdose, drug overdose on a train. Railway jobs seem to be drugs, alcohol or mental health. But I'm also concerned that it could be a medical event.
We're on platform 2. We've got a 18-year-old male with a heart rate of 56. We're currently assisting his ventilation.
Another paramedic crew is already treating the teenage patient who can no longer breathe on his own.
He's unconscious and they are having to breathe for him. This patient is significantly unwell.
Hey guys, my name is Marley, this is Taney. What have we got here?
The young man was found unconscious on a train and was moved onto the platform for treatment.
Heart rate of 50. Naloxone 401. Does anyone know him?
don't know what sort of person would leave their friend unconscious on a train and not breathing and then do a run out. You need to stick around and help your mate out.
All right, shall we get some Narcan then, maybe? Yeah.
Lacking vital information as to which drug the teen might have taken,
All right, we'll narc him.
Marley decides to administer Narcan, used to treat heroin overdoses.
And his heart rate's quite bratty.
Quite
He's bradycardic at 30, so someone put pads on.
Suddenly, the patient's heartbeat plummets to a critically low 30.
We're going to do two-handed technique and ventilating.
The paramedics are getting ready for resuscitation.
This patient is deteriorating and we need to act quickly. He definitely could go into cardiac arrest at any point.
You're all right, mate. You're with the ambulance.
Hold on to your arm, buddy. We need to roll.
Hold on to your arm. You're only going to come to me a little bit, okay? Ready, set, roll.
In Victoria's high country, flight paramedic Ray is preparing to airlift road accident victim Jason to a Melbourne trauma hospital. The 43-year-old has a major open fracture to his arm and he's still in danger after major blood loss.
Where's my son? Where's my daughter?
Your son and daughter, they're both okay. They're good.
But Jason is more worried about his kids, Ethan and Caitlin, who were also in the car when it crashed 100 metres down a steep hill.
Ethan, mate, I'm okay, mate. Yeah. It just does look like I've broken my whole arm. And they're going to do surgery on me. I love you, mate, and I'm really, really sorry.
That's all right.
I hope you're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
And
people kept telling us that, someone should have died or that none of us should have survived, and the fact that we did, it was a miracle in itself.
How are you travelling?
Not good.
You feeling anxious?
Yeah.
Okay, so clearly you do a compound fracture, so it's open. The bone just pokes through, so it bleeds.
Ray's main concern on the 15-minute ride to the helicopter is the compound fracture in Jason's right arm.
And when you pump a bone through your skin, it can take out a blood vessel or nerves on the way through. He has an open fracture. They can be incredibly dangerous. You cut a significant blood vessel, whether it's an artery or vein, you have potential to bleed to death. All right, hang on that arm.
After 3 hours at the accident scene, Ray finally has Jason in the air ambulance and on his way to the trauma centre at the Alfred Hospital.
M5 airborne now for the Alfred. So 43-year-old gent, he's driver of the car. Look, it's plunged down a pretty steep embankment. Patient actually self-extricating. It's got a compound fracture of his right ulnar radius.
Jason will undergo a full assessment of his injuries and surgery on his fractured arm.
He's going.
Yeah, so you're going to have a cast of stars looking after you, mate.
Tell your story.
If that had been the accident, it probably should have killed some of them. That would have probably been the most difficult job of my career.
Would have been some ride in it. Jeez, imagine that. Bang, bang, bang.
Jason and his family and Bruce the dog, they're just incredibly lucky. Everyone's incredibly lucky to walk away from this. Nothing short of a miracle.
We're at a rate of 38.
In Melbourne's southeast, paramedics Marley and Taney are still fighting to save the life of an 18-year-old man found unconscious on a train.
36.
Mobile intensive care paramedic Steve has now arrived and is desperately trying to get the teenager to breathe on his own.
Can you count his respiration rate?
The only thing that's keeping this patient alive at the moment is us ventilating him. Without that, he has the potential to go into cardiac arrest.
I'm just about to get that Narcan in, guys, so I'm going to have a sharp sound in a second.
The teenager's heart rate is dangerously low, following a suspected heroin overdose.
We're going to give Narcan. It reverses the effects of heroin.
Is that the Narcan going in now?
We are working our butts off, literally, to save this young guy's life.
Someone want to pop that beak cuff back on?
And in amongst all of the chaos, for a fleeting moment, I look down at him and I think, he's so young, so vulnerable. What has put him in this circumstance? He's literally been left for dead on a train. And it's really heartbreaking.
The Narcan went in at 18:44, so that's nearly 10 minutes.
If the patient's critical state has been caused by heroin, the Narcan should be helping him within a few minutes.
36. 35, 34. His rate's 33. He's not improving.
Things have just become really critical. This patient isn't waking up. We're breathing for him again. And now he has a heart rate of 30.
Open your eyes, mate. Open up, buddy.
I'm really concerned that this patient isn't going to make it.
Well, he's on his side. Do you guys want to get him on the board? You're all right, matey. You're with the ambulance, mate. We've got ya.
Okay, Jill.
You're all right. Just want to keep you safe.
1, 2, 3. Excellent. Stand up.
Doing well, mate. Doing well. It's all right. He is breathing up a bit on his own.
There are times where we have to provide airway support, but then he has periods where he is breathing alone, which is confusing and hard to manage.
Heart rate's at 44.
Yep, cool.
Stats at 96.
BP's still good.
Heart rate's not ideal, but not terrible. Rightio, let's go.
Scoot. Like I can... Come on, mate.
With the trip to hospital only going to take a few minutes, Steve's decided not to insert a breathing tube.
You want that out? Okay.
But emergency doctors will be waiting to put the teenager into an induced coma and continue the fight to save his life.
All right. So what is he, 18?
18.
Young fella.
I always try and think, he's somebody. You know, he's got so much of his life ahead of him, and it's just such a shame that he hasn't realised that yet.
You're all right. You're okay. It's all right, mate. You're okay.
Have you ever gone into this rhythm before?
No.
No.
It's been 4 weeks since 82-year-old Gordon was rushed to hospital with his heart racing dangerously out of control.
You all right, Gordon?
Emily and Steve were worried he wouldn't survive. Fortunately, Gordon is still with us.
Play it again, Sam.
After a week in hospital, he's now back home and looking forward to some special visitors.
Oh, yes, I was frightened, all right. I tried to put on a brave front. I kept thinking about my grandson. I wanted to be around for his 21st birthday.
How are you?
Good.
Nice to see you.
And hello. I look at Gordon and I think you are one lucky man. Someone is on your side looking out for you.
You look great.
Well, I'm keeping you out of trouble. That's the most important thing.
That's the main thing.
I was overjoyed to hear that Gordon made it out of the hospital safely and is still alive. I was just so happy.
I thought it was it.
So did I for a minute there.
Emily was very nice to me. Just saying, stick with a pal, I'm with you all the way. Couldn't ask for any better care. If I knew you were coming out, I'd bake the cake.
Oh, Gordon.
My luck changed that day. There's no maybe about that.
Thanks for having us.
It's always great to see you.
It's good to see you.
Keep you out of trouble.
I'll try.
And
Can't make any promises. I will, thank you.
Thank you, Gordon.
Thanks for the cake.
12-year-old Cooper dramatically crashed through a skylight while trying to retrieve a football.
You've done a pretty good job of it.
I remember getting frightened and then everything went in slow motion and then everything just went super fast and I dropped down, landed on my feet and I was surprised. And I just looked at it for a bit and then I went, oh my God.
Cooper escaped with only a few scars and he's back to his thrill-seeker best.
People say you've got to go buy a Tats Lotto ticket. But I said to Cooper, you actually don't need to get a Tats Lotto ticket. You've actually already won a lotto. Like, you're okay. And that was the most important thing. Love you, sweetheart. You're the best.
How you doing? You been better?
Jason lost control of his car and crashed 100 metres down a hill.
Just getting level.
He spent 3 days in the Alfred Hospital, where he had surgery on a compound fracture to his right arm.
But inside a pinata to walk away from it, we're pretty lucky.
It will take months before Jason will have full use of his arm, but he's just grateful that he, daughter Caitlin and son Ethan are still alive.
We've flipped 14 times all up down the hill. I thought we were all going to die. So how are you doing, dude?
Good, actually.
Yeah?
Also in the car were Jason's best mate Eric and his dog Bruce.
How do you think, how lucky we were?
Scale 1 to a million, about 1.5 million. How cool were the kids in their accident?
They are absolute legends, those two.
When the car finally stopped rolling, Ethan climbed 100 metres to flag down help, while Caitlin tied a tourniquet around her dad's arm that saved his life.
I've always thought they were amazing. Right? They're the best kids on the planet. Now I know they're the best kids on the planet. You don't really know what you've got until you almost lost it. Whoever you want to believe in, it's like, listen, mate, here you go. This is your next ticket. Don't waste it.